morning everyone and welcome back to our English classes. Today is our last day of online traveling. So let's start. Open your copybooks and put down the date. And under the date, I want you to answer one question in writing. The question is, what do people do at New Year? So last time we read a lot about New Year and different traditions in different countries. So now you can answer this question. For example, at New Year, people watch fireworks, dance and eat salads. Or maybe you have different ideas. Write it in your copybooks, please. And let's discuss our plan. Point number 1. Today we'll learn new words and phrases. Point number 2. We'll read a text and work with it. Today is our last text on this topic. And point number 3. Work on your own project. And as usual, I will give you an example first. So let's get started. I'm very excited. Are you? And before we start reading the text, let's discuss some keywords and phrases that will help us to understand the meaning of the text. Word number 1. I'm sure you remember this word. Wedding. What does it mean, wedding? Look at the picture. Do you remember Mr. Barista was at the wedding? So put down the word and put down the translation in Russian. I'm sure you remember it. Word number 2. Chef. Look at this man. He's a chef. So he's a cook, but he's very important. He's the most important cook in the restaurant. So we call him a chef. In Russian, it will be the same. Word number 3, guests. Let's say it together, guests. You pronounce it as guests, and it's in plural. One guest, many guests. Let's spell it G-U-E-S-T-E, guests. So what does it mean? It's very similar to the Russian word. Look at this picture. This boy has his birthday, and these 3 people with presents, they are his guests. So they came to his house, they said, happy birthday, and they are his guests at this party. Number 4, this word is tricky, listen carefully, jewels. Let's say it together, jewels. So what does it mean? Look at this picture. So in the picture, you can see different jewels. For example, I have 2 rings on my fingers and I can call them jewels, right? Or you can have a beautiful necklace or earrings. All together, it's called jewels. Let's spell this word. J-E-W-E-L-S. Jewels. Good. Phrase number 5. Painted in henna. Look at the picture. What can you see? Great, you can see a hand, but this hand is painted in henna. So you can see a very beautiful design on this hand, and it's painted in henna. Henna means khna, so you can see a design with henna on this hand. In some countries, it's a tradition to do this. And word number 6 is village. I'm pretty sure most of you know this word. So we have a city like Moscow, it's very big. We have countryside, we have towns, and in the countryside there are always very small villages where different people live. And what animals live in the village? Do you remember? For example, this animal, moo. Great, a cow lives in the village, a horse lives in the village. Great. Usually you can see different farms in the village and so on. And it's time for us to travel to another country. Where do you think we'll go today? I will give you a hint, it's not in Europe. Do you have any ideas? Let's read the text and then you will tell me what country it was. Let's start. So, look at the picture. Who can you see in the picture? Say the sentence. Don't write it. Say it. Question number 2. Where do you think this boy is from? Where is he from? Is he from Portugal? Is he from Spain? Is he from Russia? Do you have any ideas? I need your ideas here. Of course, you don't know yet, but maybe you have ideas about the country. So look at his face now. What is he doing? Great, he's smiling. So how does he feel? Is he excited? Is he bored? Is he angry? And the last question. What is the event? What do you think? What is the text about? Is it about his birthday party? Is it about a carnival? So what is the event? What do you think? Great, now we can read and find out. But before we start reading, let's look at some tricky words and practice the pronunciation, okay? Word number 1, look at it and repeat after me. Special. And say this word 3 times. Say it special, special, special. Make sure you understand how to pronounce it. The next word, ceremony. Let's say it once again. Ceremony. Good. Chefs. Delicious. Delicious means very tasty, yummy, delicious. Guests. We practiced it already. Guests. And now it's time for us to read the text. I will read the text first, and then you will pause the video and try to read it yourself, pronouncing all the words correctly. Ready? Let's start. Yesterday was a special day for 10-year-old Avdal Eddin. It was his sister's wedding day. Weddings are very special in Morocco. Before the ceremony, there was a team of chefs to prepare delicious meals for family members and friends. There were more than 100 guests at the wedding. Some women in Morocco take a bath in milk before their wedding. Wow! Now pause the video and try to read the text yourself. If you need, you can listen to me once again. Let's answer some questions to make sure you understand the text. Question number 1. What's the boy's name and how old is he? Try to find it in the text. Is his name Jack? Is his name Max? What is his name? Great. His name is Avdal Eddin, quite an unusual name, and he is 10 years old. Question number 2. What was the event? So what was it? Was it a birthday party? Was it a carnival, a festival? What was it? It was a wedding, of course. It was his sister's wedding. Very nice. Number 3. How many guests were there? How many people came to the wedding? 1, 2, 3. How many? There were more than 100 guests, a lot of people. And question number 4. Is the text about past, прошлое, or present, настоящее? So look carefully. Are they talking about some events that were in the past or that are happening now? Of course, the text is about past, о прошлом. It's about yesterday, according to the text, right? So I have question number 5, and it's about grammar. When we speak about past, we say is, are, or was, were. What do we say when we speak about past? Of course, we say was, were. Были, была, было, and so on. So if you look at this text, you can find a lot of words like this there. You can find a lot of was, a lot of were, and so on. Let's continue. This text is not very long. It has just 2 parts. So now we're going to read part 2. But before we start, look at the pictures. What can you see? So we have 2 pictures here. What can you see in these pictures? Great. In picture number 1, you can see a ceremony or a festival, some event. And in picture number 2, you can see a hand painted in henna. Very nice. Before we start reading the text, let's practice some words that might be tricky in terms of pronunciation when you say them. Word number 1, traditional. Repeat after me. Traditional. Good. Word number 2, drills. And let's say it once again. Drills. Designs. It's very similar to the Russian word. Designs. Villages. Make sure you say v like in Russian. Villages. And the last word, exciting. You already know the word excited. For example, I am excited. So the person can be excited, but something can be exciting. For example, I am excited because the event is exciting. Okay? And now let's try to read the text together. Once again, you will listen to me and then you will try to read the text yourself, pronouncing all the words correctly. Let's start. Avdal's sister was beautiful in her traditional dress and jewels. Her hands and feet were painted in henna with special designs for good luck. There was music and singing and dancing all night, and there were many visitors from different villages. It was very exciting for Avdal. Now pause the video and try to read the text yourself. And let's answer some questions to make sure you understand the text. Question number 1. Can you describe, описать Avdal's sister? Look in the text and try to find information about her. Of course, she was beautiful in her traditional dress and jewels. And what about her hands and feet? Her hands and feet were painted in henna. Very nice. Number 2. Was there music all night? Of course, there wasn't. You can find it in the text. There was music and singing and dancing all night. A lot of fun. Number 3. How did Avdal feel? Was he bored? Was he happy? Was he sad? Find his emotion in the text. So it was very exciting for him. It means that he was excited because it was very exciting for him. Very nice. Now, before we start working on the project, let's do some listening, аудирование. Let's revise the events that we already know. What is this? This is a wedding. Very nice. Do you know this event? When you go to a park with food, we call it a picnic. Good. What about this one? It's a barbecue. Very nice. This one, a birthday party. And the last event is called a parade. Very nice. So what we're going to do now, I will give you descriptions, описание of these events. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And your task will be to listen to me and say where you are. Because I have a question for you. Where are you? Then I will describe the event to you, and you will need to tell me, I am at a picnic, for example. Вы слушаете мои описания мероприятий и называете, что это за мероприятие. You don't need to write it. You need to say it, okay? Let's start. Event number 1. Listen to me very carefully. It's a sunny day. You are in the country. There is some food. Where are you? So you are in the country and there is some food. Where are you? Of course, you need to say, I am at a picnic. Very nice. Number 2. You are with your family. There is a woman in a white dress. Everyone is happy. Where are you? So there is a woman in a white dress. I am at a wedding. Very nice. Number 3. Are you ready? Listen to me very carefully. If you need, you can listen to me once again, okay? You are with your friends. There is a big cake. You are playing games together and you sing a special song. Where are you? You have a cake, you have a special song, and you have your friends around. Where are you? I am at a birthday party. Very nice. Number 4. It's hot and sunny. You are in the garden. Your dad is cooking some sausages and meat. Where are you? I'm at a barbecue. Good. And number 5. You are in the city. There are lots of happy people. Some people are dancing and some people have special costumes. Where are you? So we have dancing people, we have music, it's in the city, and some people are wearing costumes. Where are you? I am at a parade. Very nice. The last task for today. I'm going to tell you guys to give you an example of your project. This project is in your Macmillan Black and White Workbook, page 74. Этот проект находится в вашей черно-белой тетради на странице 74, но вы можете использовать любой листочек. So it's project time. This is my project about my special event. Let's see what event I visited. Point number 1. My special event. Guys, mind that you need to write in full sentences. Писать надо обязательно полными предложениями. It was a carnival. So my special event is a carnival. It was a carnival. When was it? When means когда. So it was on Monday, on Tuesday, in February, in summer, in winter. When was it? It was in February. Mind that I'm writing in full sentences. Я пишу полными предложениями. Not just February. It was in February. The next one. Where was it? Где это было? It was in Brazil. So I traveled to Brazil. It was at the festival. The next one. What time was it? In my case, it was all day and night. Who was with you? My friends and my dog Chivi were with me. So I was at the Brazilian carnival. This is not true. Это неправда. I made this story up. And so you can do the same. And I also added some more information about my event. It was summer in Brazil. It was hot and sunny. And I was happy. So now you need to work on your project. In your project, you can tell us about the real event that you visited and that is remarkable for you. You can choose one of the events we read about and you can imagine that you were there, or you can made up a story as you wish. Вы можете написать о настоящем событии, можете выбрать какое-то событие, которое мы прочитали, и придумать, что вы там были, или вы можете выдумать полностью историю. You can add more details like I did. For example, I wrote about weather, I wrote about my emotions, and you can even make a poster. You can take a piece of paper, you can draw, you can show us pictures, make a cool video for class dojo and get your dojo point. Вы также можете сделать постер с фотографиями, с рисунками, переписать всю информацию туда, сделать презентацию для класс доджо, получить dojo point и отдельную отметку. Let's see who is the most creative in grade 3. It's me, I'm sure. Have a good day everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye!